Hello and welcome to our annual Christmas cooking show. I'm Paulina Leiser, and with me today our host Peggy Atkinson.
Welcome to my kitchen.
Thank you for letting us in. And our chef today is Sue Schneider. She's also the executive assistant at theDove, but today she is our cook. So what are we making?
We are going to make an almond biscotti, and it's a recipe that my brother-in-law actually gave me, and it's become kind of a tradition for me. I like to make it as a gift to give to people,
and I like to receive it.
Yes, she does. And it's a good thing to have for breakfast, like in the morning, Christmas morning, and you're having coffee and you're opening presents, and you can have some biscotti and coffee while your actual breakfast is cooking. So you get two breakfasts.
Wonderful. So where do we start?
Okay, so the first thing I like to do is we're going to roast 2.5 cups of almonds, and I use sliced, but you can also use slivered. And so you just put it in a 350 oven for about 5 minutes. So we're going to go put it in the oven. Okay, we're going to put it in the oven for 5 minutes. Okay, so ladies, next we're going to do the flour. And so you are going to have 4.5 cups of unbleached flour, and we've already measured that out, so we don't have to sit there and do that. And then we have 2 teaspoons of baking powder and 2 teaspoons, and that is powder, and 2 teaspoons of salt, and we put that in the flour mixture. And
so you don't have to sift that.
We don't. I don't ever sift it. It's it's not a cake, so you don't really. I don't think it needs to be fluffy or whatever. And we'll just kind of mix that up a little bit. Mix that in, okay, and then you set that aside.
Okay.
And then we're going to take a 1/2 pound, 2 cups of butter that's been softened. Ours got a little too soft, but just make sure it's room temperature.
2 cups or 1 cup?
1 cup, sorry, 2 cup. What did I say? 1/2 pound of butter, 1 cup. Yes,
there
same thing. There we go. Yeah, we had some butter issues here. But butter is good. And the more butter, the better. Okay, so we've got our 2 cups of butter, and then we'll add the sugar, and it is, how much sugar do we have there?
2 cups of sugar.
2 cups of sugar, and we've already pre-measured that. So we're going to put that, and Peggy is going to do her own mixer so I don't break anything. Okay, that should be good. It looks pretty fluffy. Let's show them what the fluff looks like.
Okay. Fluffy,
there we go,
and
fluffy.
sugar.
Nice and light. And now we are going to add 1 egg at a time and mix it in there real good. 4 large eggs, beaten 1 at a time. And we'll just make sure that gets mixed in good. Okay, and then we need, we forgot the vanilla. So we need 2 teaspoons, I believe, 2 teaspoons of vanilla.
Where?
2 teaspoons.
In there,
oh, 3 teaspoons of vanilla with the flour and, the butter and sugar. Let the vanilla get mixed in there. And now we're going to go ahead and just add the flour. I remember the very first time I had this biscotti. Do you know who made it? It was when we were at the old station.
Contest?
No, it was when we were at the old station, when we were AM, and Tamara Hammond, who was our sales executive, she brought it in, and she made a really cute tower with it, and I was so impressed. And once the flour gets mixed in, we're going to go ahead and add the cooled almonds.
Have you tried making it with oven nuts?
No, I haven't. I do think that I probably one time made it with the slivered almonds, but I like the sliced better. Depending on the size of the biscotti you want, and I've found that the smaller the loaf that you make, the daintier the biscotti. So it just depends on what size you want. So I usually shape 4 balls and, just kind of take it out and you would shape 4 balls. Now, this is kind of soft, and so it's probably best if you put it in some saran wrap and put it in the refrigerator just to chill a little bit. And we've already done that, so we'll just swap. Oh, one there. Okay, and then you take the ball and just form it into a loaf. And I can usually get 2 on a sheet. We're just going to do 1 right now, kind of show you how it works. And just try to shape it the best you can into a little loaf. Okay, so we're going to put this in a preheated 350-degree oven for 30 minutes. And it's a Christmas miracle. We have 1 done. Woo-hoo! So here we go. See? Okay, so after letting it sit and cool for about 10 minutes, you want to take it off the cookie sheet, unless you really don't care about your cookie sheet. and put it on something that you can cut it on. We're going to cut it in about 1/2 to 3/4 inch pieces, again, depending on how you want it to look. And you want to cut it a little bit at an angle, make it look pretty.
Ooh, crunchy, perfect.
And you want to do it when it's still warm.
Yeah, it's warm but not hot. Yeah, there we go. So in this one I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's about right. I usually get 8 to 9 pieces per loaf. All right, and then you are going to put it back on the cookie sheet on one side. And I try to make sure I keep it on the same side for all the slices because I get confused easily.
No. Do you have to turn it later?
Yes, we're going to turn it 3 times. So we're going to go ahead and put it back in our 350-degree oven for 5 minutes this time, okay? So we baked them 5 minutes. Okay, now this is the tricky part. Your fingers are going to get a little warm. Do it fast.
Ready, set, go.
Yeah, so turn them back on the other side. There you go.
I have mine.
Uh-oh, that one, that's okay. Yeah, you do want to be careful. That's okay, we'll let Perry eat that one.
Okay.
And then the ends, I usually just kind of figure something out. That goes on its head. There we go.
Okay.
And then we're going to put it back in the oven for 5 more minutes. We're going to bring it back out, and we're going to turn it back on the other side. I'll just show you real quick. And then I usually do this. Again, this is just the way I do it. You can do it however you want, but I make sure all 3 sides have gotten their turn in the oven, and that just helps bake it a little bit more. And then we'll put it back in the oven for 5 more minutes, and then you're done.
All right, well, let's try and see what they taste like.
All right.
I know that you said they're really good with
Coffee,
but
we didn't make any.
no, I'm gonna trust my teeth that I can.
Yeah, they're a little crunchy without, but we'll see what happens here.
Okay.
And they are just like, some people like to eat them like a cookie.
Ready, set, go. I'd like to place an order.
Okay. Christmas present coming up.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas
ladies.
to everybody.
Merry Christmas.